Hello again. This is KJ, and this is KJ Around the World. This channel is for women, especially Black women and women of color who love to travel, love teaching, but have reached a point where they are burnt out in their career and they want to do something different. And so, if you're losing that passion for teaching, be sure to subscribe to this channel if you want resources on solo travel, if you want resources on teaching abroad. I have so many things to share with you on opportunities for teaching online, teaching abroad, and look forward to this type of information if you subscribe to the channel. Remember to like, remember to share, thoughts and ideas in the comments. This channel is not only for me, but it's for you and this community that we're building. Now, today, we are going to be talking about moving past Cambly. Now, in previous videos, I talked about my journey to starting the TEFL process, the teaching English as a foreign language process, being able to get my certification done and teaching online. And so, one of the first organizations I went to work with is Cambly. And I was fortunate enough to hear about this from Stephanie Perry, who, as you know, as a Vicarian, you get so much information from Stephanie Perry. She's offered so much to us and the community as far as Black women and being able to share in all the opportunities that are out there for you if you decide that working that crazy 9 to 5 is not for you. And so, after watching some of her videos, I did learn about Cambly and I was very curious. And I said, let me look into Cambly and see what they have to offer. Now, when it comes to Cambly, this is an online platform where you're able to tutor English to people from different foreign countries. I've tutored people from Brazil, from Spain, from Italy, from Saudi Arabia, people from Japan, and even people from, I don't know why my phone's ringing, and people from China. I've even had students from Vietnam. So this is a platform where you can connect with people from all over the world. I've spent a year working on this platform and it's been a fun, exciting opportunity for me. I loved every part of it. There were so many people that I was able to connect with and learn so much about their own country and their own culture. And I feel like platforms like Cambly have a lot to offer outside of financial gain, because for many of us in the US, especially if you haven't gone to another country or connected with people from other countries, this is a great window into what life is like on the other side of the world, right? You're connecting with people who speak a different language than you, from a different culture than you are, and you're learning so much about their day to day. It makes you kind of step back sometime and look at what you're doing here and, you know, look at whether some of the things that we find trivial or, we're like, oh my gosh, this is so terrible. People are just going about their day to day, like, you know what, brushed off the shoulder. We're not worried about these things. So it gave me more of an appreciation for my life and what I am living with here, but it also made me yearn to connect more with people and learn more about different countries and cultures. And it's put even more of a fire in me to travel and, go to other places. And a lot of people I've connected with, they're like, hey, come here. A lot of my Brazilian students are like, come visit us. And, I've learned so much about different Brazilian foods and music. I wasn't even familiar with the Brazilian folk music that they have in the southern part of Brazil. So it's a great way to connect and meet and get a lot out of connecting with different people. But, you know, we do have to get paid. So one of the drawbacks about Cambly is the pay. Now, how much are they paying? Just over $10 if you work on general Cambly. If you work on Cambly Kids, you do get more money, and there are people who do make a living from this. And I have interviewed a young lady from England who does this for a living. She works on Cambly Kids. She makes a living from this. She works 8 hours a week, and it's a great opportunity for her to work and travel and see the world. Now, for myself, Cambly's not cutting it. And so, as much as I love what I do with Cambly, and it was a great learning experience, it was great to meet so many different people. I think now it's time to just move past Cambly and look at different platforms that could offer so much more professionally and financially. Now, some things that I want to talk about in this video in reference to moving past Cambly is what other opportunities are out there and what are they paying, right? What kind of side hustle can you get from this? What kind of career can you get from this in moving past a platform that can give you more opportunity down the line for financial stability if you do decide to move abroad? Now, when it comes to hours on Cambly, you make your own hours. And I've been fortunate enough to do evenings, weekends, and it works for my schedule. It really does, especially as I have a full-time job and I have children and, running around dealing with things with my kids. It's something that works as a nice side hustle. Now, looking at other platforms such as Preply or platforms like VIP Kid, or I mean, there's so many different platforms out there. I'll put some of them in the description box because there are a list of many, and you do have to do your research to find out which ones will work for you with respect to hours and pay and what they offer with respect to taxes and just being able to move forward and being a remote worker, right? So, looking at Preply, this is the company that I want to talk about today. I have to say that I looked into this company last year and I heard about it when I went to a professional development, well, virtual professional development conference. And one of the individuals who spoke at the conference worked at Preply. And I was like, oh, this seems like an interesting platform. It definitely is along the lines of Cambly, where, students are online and you can connect with people, talk with people, and you have all the features there as far as like the lessons that you can use. But what I like about Preply is that the application process is definitely more stringent than Cambly. You do have to submit, your credentials. If you have credentials, it looks great, right? That you've had TEFL done, you have a degree in education, or you have some sort of degree and a TEFL attached to it. Um, Having experience is a plus. Having TEFL experience is a plus. They do go through your application and it does take some time for approval. If you do make any changes on there, they do take a look at it again for approval. So any changes that you make, they do make sure that they are looking at it and scrutinizing it and making sure the people who are on the platform have the credentials that are necessary for the people who want to find tutors to help them in their language practice. Now, something else about Preply, it's not just a platform for English teaching. So you can do Spanish lessons, French lessons, you can do a variety of lessons on there. And so, although I would like to teach English on the Preply platform, if you have another type of experience or credential, this is definitely something that could be useful to you. Another positive about Preply, you can choose your salary. So you can range from $15 an hour to $20 an hour to $25 an hour. And now that I've gained some insight, experience, and knowledge and credentials, I'm definitely going to up my price. Yesterday's price is not today's price. And I definitely have to think about where I want to take this career opportunity and whether I want to make it something that is not just a side hustle, but something further as far as remote work is concerned, and looking at how this can help me move past that comfort that I have with Cambly into another platform that can help me go deeper into my teaching experience as someone who teaches English. Now, when it comes to Preply, they do take a portion of your pay. And as you increase in hours and increase in the people who are part of your tutoring roster or your student roster, you are able to chip away at the amount of money that they get a percentage of ultimately. Now, with Preply, the more experience you have, the more students you have, the better off you are as far as on the platform and getting to be pushed forward as a top tutor. And so that's something that I found very interesting. With Cambly, you jump on, you're there, people are like, hey, okay, this person seems interesting. I'm going to work with them. But with Preply, it's very, very tricky. It's not you hop on and the next day you have a student. You have to make sure that you're seeking out students and students are also seeking you out. And you have to make sure that you're checking your messages to see if there are students who would like to request you, and you can get back to them in a timely manner to see whether your schedule aligns, whether the price aligns with them as well. So this is more of a platform where they have students, they have teachers, and people can find each other rather than Cambly, where it's the tutors are there and the students are like, okay, this person seems interesting, that person seems interesting, or they come in automatically if you're on like a free hour, a priority hour where people are just popping in and it's random people. With Preply, you have your schedule, and if it aligns with someone, then they choose you. Or if there are people who are seeking tutors and you click to apply for that person, then that works as well. Preply is definitely not for the faint at heart. You have to put in the time, you have to put in the work. And again, this is something that I'm looking forward to as far as moving past Cambly is concerned. I think it's important to look at different platforms and not stay in your comfort zone because there's a lot to be done in teaching English as a foreign language. And whether you're just starting out or you're looking to dig deeper into your teaching career, this is a great way to just expand on that and do something different, do something new. And I'm really excited about this. And as I continue that journey on Preply, I will definitely share with you what things are like and give you some feedback on how I'm feeling about the platform and just give you the pros and cons on whether things are working or things are not, right? This is my journey as far as teaching online and thinking about the process of teaching abroad. And as I continue this journey, my goal is to share that with you. And hopefully this can inspire you and resonate with you for you to take the chance and do something interesting and do something creative and something adventurous, like teaching online, like teaching abroad, especially with the way things are going in teaching in the US nowadays. And I think it's important for our teachers to have options and for our teachers to look beyond what's in front of them because for many of us, you know, we're not appreciated, we're burnt out, and this is a great way for us to step into something that brings us some more joy without moving completely away from the teaching field. A lot of people are leaving the teaching field and it's because they've had enough. They've had enough of being unappreciated, they've had enough of being disrespected and underpaid. And so, if this can be a way for me to help teachers still have that joy in teaching rather than moving away from teaching altogether, I'm here to inspire you. I'm here to help you stay on that journey of teaching and that joy of teaching because that's what I'm doing for myself as well, is continuing on in that passion for teaching and that love for teaching because I don't think I will ever move away from that type of career because it's what I love to do, it's what I'm passionate about. And even if I, do other things like blogging and traveling and podcasting and everything else, teaching is where my heart is. And I just hope that you guys can continue to have that same passion when it comes to teaching because no one should steal that joy from you. No one. So please remember, if this resonates with you, if this is for you, like the video, let the YouTube algorithm know that this is something that you want to see more of. Subscribe to the channel. It is here for you. If you have comments, if you have questions about Preply or Cambly or any other platforms, please leave a comment below. Don't hesitate to reach out to me on other platforms. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Spotify with my podcast. Reach out to me. I'm here if you have any questions. Now, this is it for today's video. I'm fresh off of vacation, and so I'm still riding on the high of that. So bear with me. I look forward to connecting with you in another video. Again, it's been great. See you next time. Bye.